So listen up, man. What I wanted to say in today's video is that Jezebel will try to seduce you. And what I mean by this to the T is whenever you start to take your power back as a man, when you don't feed that spirit of lust, best believe if you're not watching the corn, the sights, best believe the spirit of lust is going to try to reach you one way or another. And this can manifest through really beautiful, aesthetically pleasing, well proportional, types of women. The spirit of lust loves to operate through these types of women, especially, because Satan, he knows our weaknesses, right? Satan knows our weaknesses, and he knows the things that we like, and he knows the things that we don't like. So if he knows that you're addicted to the sites, if he knows that you're someone who likes this type of women, or if he knows that you have some type of addiction towards something, he will, and now I'm looking at you, right? He will use that against you. So what I really want to bring to you guys as awareness in today's video is that Jezebel would try to seduce you. And there's no other way around it. Because once you're abstaining, once you're fleeing from fornication, now things are going to start working against you, right? Things are going to start working against you. And you're going to start noticing that beautiful women who you probably never thought you would ever have a chance with, you're going to start to notice these type of women, they're going to start coming around you more. These women are going to start being your triggers, because you might start seeing these women a lot more in the real world, right? So we have to beware when it comes to this, because now your warfare is going to get turned up. Your warfare is going to get turned up once you make the legal decision to abstain from fornication. Because now, like Ephesians 6:12 talks about, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. We wrestle against spirits from the kingdom of darkness. Right, so this is all spiritual. Once you start to take your power back as a man, your warfare will get turned up. It will. And that is just a fact. That is what happens. And this can go with a lot of things in life. Maybe you stop smoking the tree. Maybe you was addicted to a heavy substance. And now that you put those things away, you're going to start noticing that, someone might have free tree for you, right? You might start thinking about these things more often. You might start missing the feeling of smoking the tree. You might start missing the feeling of watching the sights. You might start missing the feeling of sleeping with that girl you used to mess with. Right? So we have to beware, because on this journey, I'm telling you, your desires can be used against you. And you will start to notice that, these good looking women, the Jezebel spirited woman, she will always try to position herself around you, just so you can look, just so you can commit adultery within your heart, just so you can lust after her. Because that is her job. All right, that is her job. Quick story time. I remember, just the other day, I'll say like 2 days ago, it was this lady. She came into my store that I work at. If for those of y'all that don't know, I work in a retail setting. So it was this lady. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I looked, and this lady, she was well proportioned. I noticed she came in the store, and she had left. She came in the store one time, probably browsed around, and then she left. And then she came back. But the point I'm trying to make is the first time she was in the store, it's like I felt lustful vibes. I felt that energy in the air because I felt like this lady, she knew who I was. Spiritually, I felt like she knew who I was. And she knew she had a nice body, and I feel like she was using that against me. Right? Because the second time she came back in the store, out of all the places she could have went in the store, she came right in my vicinity, and she was just showing her rear. And this is why I tell you guys, this is all spiritual warfare. This is all spiritual, right? When you start to retain, when you start to take your power back as a man, when you start to have control over yourself, when you start to flee lust and put those desires away, lust it's not gonna leave you alone. I'm trying to tell you, it's not gonna leave you alone. It's now gonna start working through actual people. This lady, she didn't know why she kept coming around me. She didn't know why, she kept turning around so I can possibly look at, her body. She didn't know why she was doing that. I guarantee she didn't know why. But the spirit of lust, something was definitely going on spiritually, that lady might not have been aware of. And a lot of women nowadays, you got to question, like, are these women sent? A lot of these women can be sent from the kingdom of darkness, y'all. This is why we got to test the spirits. This is why we got to use discernment. But I'm just warning you guys that on this journey, on your journey of seeking Christ, on your journey of abstaining until you find a wife, it won't be easy. This journey is not for the weak. It won't be easy because now you're gonna have random women, coming around you. You're gonna have random women dressing a certain way. You're gonna be faced and hit left and right with the spirit of lust. And one thing I can tell you guys before I wrap this video up is we have to learn how to look the other way, right? My brother in Christ, Malik, shout out to him. If you haven't seen this video, make sure you go check it out. It's an interview we did together. He was telling me, just look away. He was telling you guys, actually, look away whenever you see, something lustful. Look away. And I know it's easier said than done, but we have to train our mind. We have to train ourselves to not feed into lust. We have to starve lust. I seen a video that said, when you start to starve lust, that's how you get rid of it. So every time you feed into lust, you're literally giving it more power to come into your life. You're building it up the more you feed into lust. Shout out to my guy Jonathan as well, because he said something very familiar. I don't know if he probably seen the same video I seen, but in the video, it literally said, the more you continue to feed your lust, the bigger and the more powerful it would grow in your life. And that is so true. So us as men and even women, we have to starve our lust. Men out there, I don't care how big her rear might be. I don't care how pretty she might be. I don't care about none of that. We have to starve that lust. We have to run. We have to look the other way if we have to. Right? We have to literally start fleeing. We have to literally start taking this journey seriously. And it's crazy because the more you take this journey seriously, the more attacks you're gonna get. The more your character is gonna get tested. And that's something I'm learning on my journey, right? So the more you continue to retain, the better this journey will get, of course. But with good, there's always bad as well. You know, I believe that's just the balance of life. So I'm just letting you guys know that Jezebel will try to seduce you. She will. You know, it can be someone you work with. It can be a random person you see, you know, on your everyday walks of life. She will try to seduce you. And sometimes it's non-verbally. Sometimes these things just happen spiritually. And that's why we gotta stay prayed up. That's why we gotta put on the full armor of God, because we always gonna need this. We always gonna need it. Once you step out that front door each and every single day, you will need the full armor of God. So that was my video for today, man. I hope you guys took something valuable or learned something new today. If so, drop a like on this video, guys. Leave a comment down below. I want to hear you guys' thoughts on this. Let's start up a conversation down below based on everything I just said. Share this video with a friend, because they most definitely will need this. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'll catch you in the next one, and I'm out.